Hello everyone, my name's Lewis and I've decided to make a video on Kingdom Hearts, in particular Kingdom Hearts 4. It got announced in April 2022, which was about a year and a half ago now, and we haven't heard any sort of information from the game since it was announced. We know that Square Enix are currently working on Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and also Final Fantasy XVI got released in June this year. But hopefully, once Final Fantasy VII Rebirth gets released, then Square Enix can start working on the promotional material for Kingdom Hearts 4. So it's the first time I've done a YouTube video like this in a while. I'm going to be taking a deep dive looking at Kingdom Hearts 4, the information that we've got, and let's see just what information we can find from the interviews from Tetsuya Nomura. I'm going to be looking at different aspects from Kingdom Hearts 3, talking about the lore of Kingdom Hearts in general, and then I'm going to be doing some speculation on what Kingdom Hearts 4, the gameplay, the story, all that sort of stuff, really. So I thought I'd start with the trailer for Kingdom Hearts 4. We're going to watch the trailer, and then we're going to analyze it. So let's begin.
自分が望む結末ではなかったと絶望するのなら、他の世界に退場すればいい。選択肢は無限にあるはずだ。
あなたはこの世界に来て7日間、ずっと眠っていたの。ここはクワットラティム。聖女の世界ではあるけれど、私たちにとっては死の世界ってことになるみたい。だが、一度退場すれば、元の世界に戻れると思うな。
どこにいるんだよ。手がかり見つかるといいね。おい、どこへ行くんだよ。
So let's start the analysis for this. Let's start from the beginning and work his way through it. I'll just give me general thoughts. So straight away, the Lost Master arc. So we're going into a brand new saga. The first saga was the Dark Seeker saga with the Xehanort and Organization 13. Towards the end of Kingdom Hearts 3 with the Keyblade War, we defeated Ansem, Seeker of Darkness, Heartless, and Xemnas, the Nobody of Xehanort. And then we defeated Xehanort himself.
自分が望む結末ではなかったと絶望するのなら、他の世界に退場すればいい。選択肢は無限にあるはずだ。
Okay, so I've watched other YouTube videos about this and the analysis, and clearly, with this being a new story arc and the photorealism that Kingdom Hearts is now going for, this is going to be Star Wars world. In particular, it looks as though it's going to be Star Wars from Revenge of the Sith. So if we just take a look at that now, so Revenge of the Sith, and based on what I've seen from other analysis, it's going to be based in Endor. So let's just take a look here. Planet of Endor. So if we go on to Google Images, similar sort of settings, the forest, the trees. If we look at here, it looks as though it's going to be set for the Revenge of the Sith. So that's pretty cool. I think that's going to be a good setting. We carry on with the analysis, and we just go back. Just go back slightly there, and there. If we look here in the corner, that is a AT Walker's foot. So the machines from Star Wars. I'll just take AT Walker, but which pretty much confirms it. So here you can clearly see. Let's take these are the toy versions of it, but it'll do. Similar sort of thing. Here we can see clearly that's an AT Walker's foot. So Star Wars pretty much confirmed in the first announcement trailer, which is pretty cool. And if we pause here, the choice is yours once more. We've got Sora's chess piece from young Xehanort and young Ericus playing chess in Kingdom Hearts 3 to depict the events of Kingdom Hearts 3, really, with the Keyblade War. The choice is yours once more. I wouldn't read too much into that. Maybe it's sort of saying, if you want to play Kingdom Hearts 4, the choice is yours. Do you want to carry on with the saga, or do you want to leave it at Kingdom Hearts 3? That's how I sort of interpret it. It's a brand new saga, a brand new setting, brand new villains. Still got the Disney characters, Donald and Goofy are there, but in terms of what we're going for, it is pretty exciting to see how Square Enix are going to be handling Kingdom Hearts 4 moving forward. Sora here pretty much looks like a Final Fantasy character. I've heard people say that. I would agree to that, but at the same time, I just see Sora as in his own style, pretty much toned down his hair. He looks really cool. Yeah, really happy with Sora's design in this world. We're going to stop here. So this is the first time we're actually seeing this character, apart from in Kingdom Hearts Union Cross Strelitzia. We know that she perished from Darkness, from Union Cross. So Darkness was the one who actually finished Strelitzia. but it turns out she's in this world with Sora. So we'll talk about that a bit later on. So I was surprised to actually see Strelitzia in the announcement trailer for Kingdom Hearts 4. I wasn't expecting her to make an appearance so soon. I didn't know she would be connected to the series further down the line, but I wasn't expecting to see her this early on. So she's obviously going to
あ
play an
なたはこ
important
の世
role.
界に来て7日間
You've been asleep since you arrived in this world 7 days ago. We know from Kingdom Hearts Remind that Sora used the power of waking one final time to bring Kairi back. And we saw at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3 that he disappeared. Where did he disappear to? Well, we had to wait until January 2020 to play Kingdom Hearts Remind, the DLC. Pretty cool, because they're usually called Rechain of Memories Recoded. And for the DLC Remind, I think that's pretty cool. But we saw Sora wake up in the final world, but it was a dark sort of. It was at night time. It was at night time. So if we'll take a look now, just the final world. Kingdom Hearts 3, where sky and sea meet. That's how I see it. And I believe it was in one of the settings as well for Marvel, in one of the recent films for 4. I think is it 4 Ragnarok? Towards the end of the film, it's a pretty similar setting in 4 Ragnarok. What we see towards the end of that film. But here, the final world, where technically people do die, and this is where their soul, I believe it's their soul that arrives here. My lore's not particularly, I'm not an expert on Kingdom Hearts lore, but based on what we've seen like here, the Nameless Star. So we saw here with the Nameless Star saying she ended up here, and based on what I remember from Kingdom Hearts 3, she whispered somebody's name, who this Nameless Star is waiting for. We can talk about that a bit later on, and we'll get into that, because we all initially thought the Kingdom Hearts fandom thought that this was Strelitzia. People actually thought that, and we were thinking that the Nameless Star whispered Marluxia to Sora, but we don't know who she actually said was the person that she was waiting for, and we don't know who this Nameless Star is. Cherifi was there, hinted that potentially Cherifi was waiting for Ventus, and we saw that at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3 in the CG cutscene, where Cherifi and Ventus were eventually reunited from Union Cross, I believe, because Ventus was asleep in Kingdom Hearts 3, and then he mentioned about, I've seen these weird animal creatures in my dream, and clearly he was hinting towards Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, the mobile game, where he makes an appearance as a Union leader, and it's just interesting to see how it all connects together and how it's all going to play out. I suppose I can give my speculation to that a bit later on, but let's continue with the trailer.
ずっと眠っていたの。ここはクワトラトム。
Quadratum.
聖女の世界ではあるけれど、私たちにとっては
So it's similar to an afterworld, I suppose. So this is essentially where people come. Essentially, when they die, it looks as though there's no sort of death in Kingdom Hearts where people perish. It seems as though Tetsuya Nomura and the team have now created an afterworld where you don't actually die. You go to this world. And it's funny how it's a take on Tokyo or Osaka, sort of Japan, sort of like when you die, you go to hell, and Nomura's interpretation of hell is Tokyo. Sort of like the hustling and bustling city. Oh, this is a nightmare to live here. I can't live here.
死の世界ってことになるみたいだ。
Yeah. Photorealistic dark side. Okay, so straight away, in an announcement trailer, which I don't think's ever happened before for Kingdom Hearts, they gave us gameplay, and it's an early build. It's the first trailer. It's going to take a few years to come out. I don't think it'll take as long as Kingdom Hearts 3, because you got to bear in mind when they were making Kingdom Hearts 3, it was on Unreal Engine 4. All previous Kingdom Hearts games have been on PSP, DS, PS2. It took a long while to build Kingdom Hearts 3 from scratch on the PS4. And that's why it took so long. They lost a year of development because they had to switch from the Luminous engine to Unreal Engine 4. And they confirmed in a trailer, this trailer is running on Unreal Engine 4, but Kingdom Hearts 4 will actually run on Unreal Engine 5. So it will look better than what this initial trailer does. It will look much more polished, obviously, when the game comes out, because it's the first trailer. But it's exciting to see that how realistic and detailed this game is actually going to be. So it's pretty exciting. Here we've got the hub, attack, magic, items. I can speak Japanese apparently and read Japanese. And here we've got the bottom one, which I've heard from interpretation, from looking at different people's analysis and just from other people's trailers, that they've said that this bottom option here is going to be build. So I'm not sure how that's going to work. I better think about it. My sort of interpretation of that is when you fight Yozora in Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind, he builds sort of different contraptions. He actually builds this world. He shows Sora this world when you're fighting him in the Dive to the Heart. And I'm just wondering, are we actually going to be potentially building things to fight with? I'm not sure how it's going to work. Obviously, it's just an early trailer, but that's an interesting sort of option, really. But let's just continue. I'm not going to dwell on that too much because it's the first trailer. But let's continue. So, parkour, brilliant. Loving that. Using his Keyblade here as a chain, a hook, to parkour off the buildings, onto cars, and towards the dark side. Really liking that. Running up buildings, and here we've got ray tracing with the shadows here on the building with the dark side. Here you can see the reflection, showing how realistic this game is going to be. If we pause here, so we've got a little button here in the middle before Sora does his finishing move, and we do know that, based on interviews, that Tetsuya Nomura and the team, not just Tetsuya Nomura, but the team, Tayasu, co-director, and the talented team over at Osaka, are going to be bringing back reaction commands from Kingdom Hearts 2. So the fandom they enjoyed reaction commands, but I think eventually in time the fandom or the team saw it as a bit too gimmicky. You just got to press triangle to win. I think that was what the Kingdom Hearts fandom was saying, just press triangle to win Kingdom Hearts 2. But then when Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, fans were like, well, why did you remove reaction commands? We missed that. So they replaced it with things like attraction flow, and then fans didn't really take to that because they just thought it's gimmicky. You're going around in teacups, and the Buzz Lightyear shooter ride, people didn't really take to that. I thought the teacups were fun. I thought that was the best attraction floor, and also the train when you're fighting the Rock Titan for the set piece. I thought that was a good sort of spectacular fight to see. But yeah, let's continue. So he's doing a reaction. Potentially the Keyblade transformations are going to return. It looks as though, or maybe that's just part of the finishing move, but I can imagine Keyblade transformations will return in Kingdom Hearts 4. I thought they were very successful. It mixed up the gameplay. You had different finishing moves with Keyblade transformations. So it looks as though maybe this is what that was showing. My favourite Keyblade, was the Pirates of the Caribbean Keyblade. Yeah, for that was just vaguely what I can remember. I thought the finishing moves for that were the best with the Kraken. I think you used the tentacles from the Kraken as the finishing move, and also the transformation with the flag. The first transformation was a flag. Yeah, so really enjoyed that Keyblade.
だが、一度退場すれば、元の世界に戻れると思う。
If you do leave this world behind, don't expect to return to the one from which you came. So here, Hans got organisation codes again. 2 people here watching over Sora in Quadratum. Clearly, based on his demeanour, he's got his hands behind his back. We've seen from Kingdom Hearts 2.8 back cover. This clearly is the Master of Masters. The new antagonist going forward in the new saga, based on the interviews, I had a feeling watching 2.8 that he would be the new villain. I wasn't expecting the foretellers to actually be the villains as well until the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, when young Xehanort and young Ericus, after finishing their chess match, said, "I've got this new game," and it shows 7 black pieces on the board, and those 7 pieces represent the foretellers. So I wasn't expecting that, and we're going to be looking at that trailer and getting into that as well. Here, next to the Master of Masters, we have Luxu. So Luxu was the seventh apprentice from 2.8, Chi back cover. The Master of Masters assigned Luxu with a task. Take my Keyblade, the no-name Keyblade that Xehanort had, and pass it on to your apprentice, pass it on to his apprentice, and keep passing the Keyblade down so I can see the future. So I love that. I love that. So instead of the Master of Masters just returning, he's seen everything that's happened through Xehanort's Keyblade, through the gazing eye, through the gaze. I'm sure you've all seen it, but let's just, if you're new to the series by any chance, let's just show you the gazing eye Keyblade. So I love it. I love how Nomura sort of this Keyblade was introduced in 2010 in the PSP game Birth by Sleep back in 2010. I believe that was when it was, and just from all this time, maybe he had this planned from that time. You know, why would I design a Keyblade with an eye in it if I wasn't going to bring this into the lore? So here, the gazing eye, the Master of Masters, he says, I put my eye in this Keyblade so I can see the future. And I think it's fantastic storytelling, because then when the Master of Masters returns, he knows everything that's happened. People don't have to explain what's happened. He knows. And we know from the Book of Prophecies, he knows what's going to happen through the Book of Prophecies. He said the future, it's already been written. Young Xehanort said, echoing that from Kingdom Hearts 2.8, the Book of Prophecies. So it's just good storytelling.
がかり見つかるといいね。おい、どこへ行くんだよ。
Okay, so I wonder where he is. Donald and Goofy no longer have Sora by their side in Kingdom Hearts 4. Maybe potentially further into the game, but at the start, Donald and Goofy aren't going to be party members with Sora, and that'll be the first time in a numbered Kingdom Hearts title. Because I remember an interview from Tetsuya Nomura saying the numbered titles, the main characters are Sora, Donald, and Goofy. That's the trio. That's how it's going to be for always for the numbered titles. Now, I believe this is going to be early on in the game. The first trailer. This is looking pretty polished. You know, even the characters of Donald and Goofy look much better here in this trailer than what they did in the finished version of Kingdom Hearts 3. We know that we don't. I've heard from different trailers that the voice actor here is Hades. It's Hades. So we can see here the blue flame. It's Hades from Hercules. The blue flame. They're in the underworld from Kingdom Hearts 2.
Oi, どこへ行くんだよ。
And that's the Japanese voice actor for Hades already recorded some lines, this line at least, for this trailer. We know James Woods is a big fan of Hercules, the voice actor for Hades. He's loved the character and he's always voiced Hades from the original Kingdom Hearts from 2002 until Kingdom Hearts 3 in 2019. And it looks like it's always going to be returning now for Kingdom Hearts 4, which I think is brilliant. I think Hades, James Woods, always does a good job voicing Hades. You can tell he's really passionate about that, you know, Hercules and the character, and you can tell he just enjoys it. So yeah, there's actually episode it says here magic in the making rather than now in development. Like, okay, well, we'll take that away now because we know from the fandom we're getting a bit stick saying it's now in development. It's now magic in the making. So they've changed that. It's a good announcement trailer for Kingdom Hearts 4. It gets fans excited. We haven't heard anything since the 20th anniversary when this was announced. But that's all that we can really take from that. But I thought I'd make this video as well just to see what further information we can actually get. So I'm going to start with the surprised interview from Game Informer back in June 2022. So Game Informer, Kingdom Hearts 4 interview. I wasn't expecting to get an interview 4 months after the trailer so soon, and Nomura to give us some information, but it was exciting. It was exciting to just figure out what's actually happening with this game. So here, Nomura reveals more on Kingdom Hearts 4 and the future with Final Fantasy. So let's just skim read this and just see what we can find from it. So let's just take a look. So do you ever see the series moving beyond Sora as the main protagonist? As far as spin-off goes, we've had main characters that were not Sora. But in terms of the mainline series, I think Sora is actually the only really candidate for the main character. I think if Sora is no longer the main character, then I would also feel like that would indicate the end to the numbered titles is that important to the series. So yeah, that's the confirmation. Sora will always be the main character in Kingdom Hearts. Is the sort of the icon, the main face for Kingdom Hearts. But we're spending a lot of time in Quadratum. Does having a more realistic setting give you bigger opportunities to try new things with gameplay. So graphics are more realistic this time around. Here, I feel like there's more of a realistic daily life aspect to Sora's life. You can see him go in and out of his room and spend time there. I feel like players will get to see more of the day-to-day routines he goes through. And I saw a meme on Twitter where they've got Sora working at Starbucks to pay the rent. And I know because fans are that enthusiastic about the series, they've actually pinpointed on Google Maps the apartment where Sora is actually staying in, is it Shinjuku or Tokyo? But it is an actual realistic version of the city, and where the fans actually attended the 20th anniversary event. The trailer starts in the building where the fans are when they see this trailer. So it was all planned. It was all planned, and it's super cool that they planned it that way. Let's take a look at if there's anything else. Final Fantasy characters. It basically says here, I remember they're saying that there's now more Kingdom Hearts characters, so we don't really need to see Final Fantasy characters anymore. And they weren't included in the game of Kingdom Hearts 3, but they were in the DLC. They were in the DLC because fans wanted it. So I think with Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind, it was a lot of fan service. It was a lot of fan service where it was bringing back a lot of things that fans wanted. Even the line you sort of say, "My friends are my power," because usually that's his sort of go to line, but that was not included in Kingdom Hearts 3. We fought the dark side again. I think that was fan service. Wanting to play as different characters, playing as Kairi, fighting Xehanort on the final battle. You could choose to either play as Sora or Kairi. Personally, I think it was fan service. I think it would have been more special if Kairi was saved for Kingdom Hearts 4. So it's sort of taken that away now because we've now played as Kairi. So, it's if we were to play as Kairi again in Kingdom Hearts 4, we're not really anticipating it as much because we've already played as her in the DLC. And it'd be good if we saw more of Kairi in a fighting style. Maybe, we could see different gameplay mechanics with Kairi. And I think clearly with Kingdom Hearts 4, we're going to be playing as Riku. We saw from the trailer, secret trailer of Quadratum, where Sora's waking up in Quadratum, and so is Riku. So we're going to be playing as Riku, definitely, because we know at the end of Kingdom Hearts the Melody game, what's it called now, where you're running on the track and you've got to match the beat to the songs. I saw a YouTube video of Frustrated Jacob, and he put out a video I thought it was pretty cool, where which levels in Melody of Memory would make the best Disney rides. As you're going through the settings of each world, and I love Frustrated Jacob's videos. He's a pretty cool guy, but not really too much that we can glean from this video. It's just a nice interview to supplement the trailer. But I suppose we can now speculate really and just go off what we know. So I think a good place to start is going to be the epilogue to Kingdom Hearts 3. So I'll take a look at that trailer, and then we can get more into the lore side of it and sort of go from there and see. Just Remy here with cooking with Sora, that was brilliant. But yeah, let's take a look. Kingdom Hearts 3 epilogue. Right, so epilogue. If I make the screen full size, you won't be able to see it, so we'll just leave it as it is. So we've defeated Xehanort. His Keyblade has fallen. Gazing Eye.
Finally, back where it belongs.
And here come the foretellers from Kingdom Hearts Bakugo, Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, Kingdom Hearts Chi, whichever one you want to take it from. So that many different rebrandings of that game's name. So
Did you summon us back? Yep. Is that you, Lucio? You look different. Haven't heard that name in a long while.
Xigbar from Organization 13. So we know from 2.8, Lucio was tasked to pass the Keyblade down from his apprentice to his apprentice, so the Master of Masters could see the future. This is Xigbar still from Organization 13, however, it's Lucio taking over Braig, the original from Xigbar's the nobody, but Braig is the original character. So Lucio has taken over Braig, who has then become part of Organization 13. So Lucio, we'll refer to him now as Lucio because that's who he is, has been pulling the strings this entire time, all the way from Kingdom Hearts 2 when he was first introduced. And to be honest, based on what I've seen, there's been a few lines here and there that fans have picked up on where potentially it's been planned a long time that Braig was going to be the person who, moved this series forward. There's been certain lines where, how do you know that? Why did you say that? That sounds a bit odd. Why are you talking about Keyblade Wars and this, that, and the other? And it seems as though this has been planned by Nomura for quite a long time for this reveal. So it's exciting.
These days they call me Xigbar, but hey, whatever suits you.
Is it really you?
Yeah, but some time ago I had to cast my old form away. Been through plenty more semblances since, but it's still me underneath it all.
What happened? Why are we here? You tell me!
I had a role to play. And after all these years, it's done.
What role?
Here we've got Peter Maleficent watching the epilogue of Kingdom Hearts 3. So we know throughout Kingdom Hearts 3, Peter Maleficent, they were just they had a purpose and they appeared every so often, but it was like they were doing setup for Kingdom Hearts 4. So they were looking for the black box. They were looking for this here throughout Kingdom Hearts 3. We know that Maleficent appeared in Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. And she's been aware of this box, possibly by Darkness. We're not sure how she's aware of this box because it doesn't show that she's aware of the box in Union Cross. But she's been after this black box that Lucio has been tasked by the Master of Masters to take with him all this time. What's in the box? What is it? We know from 2.8, the Master of Masters whispered to Lucio what was in the box, and he said, but why? And then Master said, you'll see. Is it a portal? Is it a portal for the Master of Masters to return? We know from the Kingdom Hearts secret reports, the final report, which was written by Lucio, saying he will return. So now the foretellers are all here from the past with the no-name Keyblade. Lucio, part of Organization 13, has survived while Psychonauts been smoked. He's gone. He's out of the picture. You know, Zigbar's got what he's wanted. He's got Zeggenot out of the way. He's got the Keyblade. He's got the
Had a
Foretellers
role
here.
to
He's got the
play.
box.
And after all these years, it's done.
What role?
I guess Ava didn't make it after all.
Meaning what?
I told her clear as day what it is I had to do.
And is that why you decided to exclude her?
As if Ava had her own mission, and she carried it out.
I've read her own mission and she carried it out. We can put the pieces together and know that we know from Kingdom Hearts 2.8 and also the mobile game that Ava was tasked by the Master of Masters to create a group known as the Dandelions, who would be the Seeds of Light. That's what they're called, the Dandelions. They would be the Seeds of Light that would carry on after the Keyblade War in Kingdom Hearts Union Cross or Kingdom Hearts G. So this group was tasked to be the seeds of hope to carry on. And Ava was tasked to create this group. We know that Ava fought Lucio in that game when the bell chimed from the clock tower, and started the sort of war between the Foretellers, because they said there was a traitor amongst them. We don't know who the traitor is yet. But you'd like to believe it's Lucio. But we will have to see.
I've heard enough. Lucio, what was your role?
I hope you like long stories.
Oh, right. What's this? I heard about this new game.
Okay, so here they represent the Foretellers. I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't expecting the Foretellers to be the new villains with the Master. I knew the Master of Masters was going to be the new villain, but I thought that the Foretellers weren't going to be new adversaries for Sora and the gang, shall we say. Here, Unicornus here. Angus, is it the snake union? Gula. Yeah, is that the Master of Masters one with the heart? Could be.
7 black pieces. And?
Picks up the sword piece.
Just watch.
Push the sword piece down on the chessboard and starts the brand new game. So 7 black pieces and just watch. So how many characters are going to be fighting with Sora in this? Is it going to be brand new chess pieces? So we're going to see Riku and Kairi on the board. We will have to see, because we know from Kingdom Hearts 3 there was speculation for a long time about the chess pieces. People were going nuts over these chess pieces, saying, right, let's try and figure out who these 13 darknesses are going to be in the new Organization 13 from the chess piece symbols. Nothing too surprising. It was a lot of the previous organization members with some additions like the Riku. Is it the Data Riku, something like that? And there was Terra Xehanort from Birth by Sleep. Terra, originally fighting for the Darknesses, brought over to the light side after the Keyblade War. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that all plays out. But it's good to see young Ericus and young Xehanort are going to be playing the chess game again throughout Kingdom Hearts 4, and we'll obviously be seeing that play out as we play the game, which I think is cool. I like. I think that's good storytelling to do it that way. It's very sort of prophecy. You know, if I move this chess piece here, that means this is going to happen in this game, and I like that. I like that sort of storytelling and that style. I suppose next what we can go look at is the Kingdom Hearts 3 secret ending. So we'll take a look at that with Quadratum showing. We have Sora here waking up in Quadratum. Use the power of waking. It came at a cost. He's now in the afterlife of Quadratum. Here we have Riku waking up as well. He's going to be a playable character in Kingdom Hearts 4. He's going to be. He has to be. Okay, let's listen to that again from that point. I think we all know that music. Sounds very familiar. It's from Final Fantasy 15 and also Final Fantasy Versus 13 from the initial trailer all the way back in 2006. It's the same music from the introduction of Final Fantasy 15 when you first start the game from the main menu. Listen again. Clearly is. Listen. So fans have speculated about this. I agree that Nomura was taking up the project of Versus 13 that was in quote unquote development hell for many years. It got announced in 2006 on the PS3. Nomura eventually got taken off the project in 2014. We don't know what happened with that. But we know that a lot of this story got changed, a lot of things got cut, and they had to condense the idea, I believe, from Final Fantasy Versus 13 was to make 3 separate games, and it was going to be this massive undertaking where it had so much content in these 3 games, but Square Enix just was struggling just to get the game out. Problems with the engine, constantly changing the story, I heard. But Nomura, to his disappointment, he didn't want to be taken off the project. But he was taken off Versus 13 to direct Final Fantasy VII Remake back in 2015 when that got announced. But a lot of Nomura's ideas got scrapped. A lot of things got changed. And I think with Kingdom Hearts, it will always be a Kingdom Hearts story But what we're going to see here, right now, with Yuzora, who was in Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind, pretty much a take on Noctis from Final Fantasy 15. Similar design, similar sort of demeanour. And it's going to be interesting to see just how that all plays out. He's watching here over Riku, pretty much looks like Riku. I've heard fans say, why has he got one red eye, one blue eye? What's his connect? Is he got a connection to Riku? All that sort of thing. Is it Riku's sort of different version of Riku in this afterlife? I think you can read too much into it. I think he's a completely separate character. I think he'll have his own story. I think he'll have his own thing going off that incorporates his story into Kingdom Hearts 4, and that aspect from Final Fantasy Versus 13, elements of that will be from Yuzora being put into Kingdom Hearts 4. I agree with that. But in terms of who this character is, what he's being tasked with, we know from Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind, when he spoke to Sora before you fought him, he said, I was told to save Sora, talking in riddles a little bit, and Sora was like, but I am Sora, what do you mean told to save me? And then you fight him. Who was Yuzora speaking to? Who was Yuzora speaking to? We can only speculate. Was it the Master of Masters? Your Master of Masters is in this world. Has he been speaking to him? The Master of Masters clearly knows who Sora is. He's been watching Sora from the top of the building in Kingdom Hearts 4's trailer. So, we can only speculate. He's going to play a big role in Kingdom Hearts 4, no doubt. We have the Master of Masters here, doing heart shape on the moon. Clearly, the game's called Kingdom Hearts. The game always involves Kingdom Hearts in some aspect, whether it's the Door to Darkness Kingdom Hearts, the collection of hearts to form an artificial Kingdom Hearts in Kingdom Hearts 2 for the Nobodies to be complete again. Kingdom Hearts 3 was the original Kingdom Hearts that they summoned at the end of the Keyblade War, where Xehanort tried to hit the reset button and say, I wanted a world full of light, so I wanted to hit the reset button and start over. That was Xehanort's goal. Did he accomplish that by summoning Kingdom Hearts? Possibly. We know that Master of Masters from Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, back cover, all the different rebrandings of the game. We got some information during one of the cutscenes that hinted he wants to defeat the darkness. So usually it's light versus darkness, and you think that the Master of Masters would be on the darkness side, but he said he wants to defeat the darkness. He wants to get rid of it. He wants darkness and light to exist in equilibrium with each other. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how it plays out. Yet again, we've got Reconnect Kingdom Hearts, possibly meaning that all the characters are connected in some way. Reconnect Kingdom Hearts. So yeah, that was the secret ending. That was the secret ending for Kingdom Hearts 3. So let's see what further information and speculation we can gather. So that's the main points that I really wanted to cover. But we know that there's barely been any information since this was announced. We know Missing Link was announced as a mobile game that is going to have story elements that are relevant to Kingdom Hearts 4, which is set in the world that we see at the end of Union Cross. But let's just see what else we can gather from this. So with Yozora and the Nameless Star, I suppose we can look at the trailer from Toy Box KH3, and we'll put KH3 Yozora. Let's see. Here we go. Here's the commercial for it. So we'll take a look at this. This is how the world starts in Kingdom Hearts 3 for the Toy Box World Toy Story. And Nomura did say that Kingdom Hearts 3 can't exist without Toy Story, because he wanted this commercial, this aspect of it, to set up what's going to happen in Kingdom Hearts 4. So we're going to be pausing here. So here we can only speculate, but these characters no doubt will be returning in Kingdom Hearts 4. They look pretty polished already for character models. People have hinted that this is Strelitzia, the no-name star that was in the final world, that is linked to Yozora, aka Noctis and Luna. So this is supposed to be Luna from Final Fantasy Versus 13. So here we are, next character. That's supposed to be Ignis. I believe it's called Ignis, isn't he? The one who's got a new recipe. So yeah, I think that's the take on Ignis from Final Fantasy 15. I come up with a new recipe. Oh no, that's Ignis, the one with the glasses, I believe. Yeah. All it's going to be theatrical. World's being destroyed. Clearly, he's already trying to save Strelitzia X. Verdant Rex. There was, I'm not sure if this has been confirmed, but with Verdant Rex, I think Nomura said he wasn't sure whether to call the next game Kingdom Hearts 4 or Verdant Rex, but he went with Kingdom Hearts 4 because he wanted to be seen as the next main numbered title. So obviously this next game is going to have substantial weight with a lot of content, but clearly here, if he was deciding whether to call the game Kingdom Hearts 4 or Verdant Rex, then Yozora is going to have a big impact on this next game. Maybe you don't play as Riku, maybe you play as Sora and Yozora. Maybe the trio is going to be Sora, Donald, and Goofy, because it always will be with a numbered title. Maybe not at the start, but eventually, no doubt, Donald and Goofy will be going to Quadratum, and we'll be seeing those realistic versions of Donald and Goofy. And maybe for Yozora, the part is going to be these characters. So the guy with the glasses, the guy with the hat, maybe that's his party, that's his trio. Could be. And we get to see both of those aspects play out. So that can be one party member, he can be another, and we play as Yozora and Sora in Kingdom Hearts 4. I suppose what we could talk about next is the worlds in Kingdom Hearts 4, which has me really excited. I think it's going to be a real treat for fans, because we've got Star Wars, and Star Wars is going to turn so many heads around the world. People are going to be looking at this game thinking, okay, I'm not a fan of Kingdom Hearts, but I'm a fan of Star Wars. I'm going to pick up this game. I want to see that Star Wars world. It looks realistic. It doesn't look cartoonish Disney anymore. You know, I can get along with it. I can give this game a try, and I think through Star Wars, I think the game's sales are only going to increase. We know Kingdom Hearts 3, without doubt, was the best selling Kingdom Hearts game. You know, Kingdom Hearts 2, 2006. It took a long time for Kingdom Hearts 3 to eventually come out with all the different games in between that were relevant. I'm not going to not say they weren't relevant, but it took a long time because of Nomura's involvement with Final Fantasy Versus 13. It took a long time. And now that Kingdom Hearts 3 is wrapped up with Tangled, Frozen, Big Hero 6, what other games? Pirates of the Caribbean. We had the third installment of Pirates of the Caribbean. Now those Disney aspects are wrapped up. We're going into a brand new saga, a brand new world where it just blows the door wide open for the Disney properties that could be involved. It's very exciting. I mean, we've got Star Wars. What other live action Disney? We've got Tron. We had Tron in Kingdom Hearts 2 and Dream Drop Distance. We had Pirates of the Caribbean in Kingdom Hearts 3, which was live action. So I suppose we can let them off because, you know, they wanted to have some live action in Kingdom Hearts 3. So maybe the law doesn't have to be completely accurate for why is there a live action Disney World in Kingdom Hearts in Kingdom Hearts 3 if there's live action worlds here, but I'm excited. We know from one of the interviews back at, they did a Kingdom Hearts Orchestra again, a third world tour, not world tour, but there was one in Tokyo, and there was an interview from Nomura where he came on stage and he said that it just changes. He says something's happened with Kingdom Hearts that is going to change the story going forward and how the story's told. Marvel? Are we going to see Marvel and Star Wars in Kingdom Hearts 4? I would be... See, with that, we've got Star Wars. Do we want to save Marvel for another game to get fans excited for that? But then again, I would love to see a 4-world. I'd love to see 4-world. I'd love to see Tom Holland. I think Tom Holland would be down to do some voice acting for Kingdom Hearts 4. I think it could work. Especially with Spider-Man, because, you know, all the themes with Kingdom Hearts can tie in nicely with Spider-Man. I think Spider-Man would be a good fit for Kingdom Hearts compared to probably things like Ant-Man, for example. But we know from interviews that Nomura hinted that it will be returning to the other side, the unreality side. So we'll be seeing Sora in the Kingdom shader again. So there could be opportunities there for Disney World as well. But let's just see what else we can find. I'll pull up an article for Kingdom Hearts 4 that was released in April of this year, but it was an April Fool's joke, so it was, here, this is it, on the 1st of April, and I didn't catch on, because I read this on, I didn't read this on the 1st of April, but I thought there was some weight to it. I thought it was a genuine sort of inside leak where not all the worlds would have been confirmed, but I thought there was some of them sounded like, yeah, this could be. I could see these worlds in Kingdom Hearts 4. So we've got Endor, Star Wars. Clearly that's going to be confirmed as the first world. We'll see that in the next trailer because it's already been shown in the announcement trailer. We'll be seeing that again. Atlantis, I'm just going off some speculation here. Atlantis, I've heard that there's the heart of the world in Atlantis where Milo swims underwater and there's the heart of the world. Maybe that can tie into it, where's Sora? Where is he? Let's go to Atlantis, and maybe it can be like Donald and Goofy going to these different worlds with Kairi or another character trying to find out where Sora is, and you're going through the Disney worlds. Duckburg, no, I'm not a fan. I wouldn't want to see that. Land of the Dead, Coco, that could work. Land of the Dead, that can work. Sora's now in Quadratum, death. That can tie in nicely with Kingdom Hearts 4. Another Pixar world, that can happen. I could see that as potentially a very strong candidate for Kingdom Hearts 4, tying in nicely with the themes of what's happened. Now Sora's in the afterlife as a Disney world. Chicken Little, don't think so. It was okay as a summon, don't think so. I can see this here, The Incredibles. The only thing is we've got to vary the settings. So we've got Star Wars set on Endor with that sort of setting in. I think The Incredibles, even though it is Disney, so a different style, it's still a similar setting, isn't it? So I wouldn't. Treasure Planet, space, a different setting. I can see that. I would love to see Emperor's New Groove. I think they can do a lot with that in terms of gameplay aspects, so turning into different animals, seeing that run on the PS5, just turning into another animal instantly, different character designs for Sora. I think they can have a lot of fun with that, especially with Yzma and Kronk. I think I'd love to see that world. But yeah, this was an April Fool's joke, so if you look at the worlds, take a good look at the first letter of all the worlds, starting from the bottom. And if you start from the bottom, from the first letter of all the worlds, it does spell out April Fools. So I just feel that was a good, fun article. But I can see a lot of those worlds potentially being included in Kingdom Hearts 4. From the interview from Nomura, it did say that because of the power of the PS5 and the size of the worlds, there's only going to be limited worlds. So I'd say those seven main worlds, excluding things like Winnie the Pooh with the storybook and all the rest of it. There was seven Disney worlds in Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm going to go for, I'd say 6 to 7 again. I'd say the same number of worlds. I think that's a good number to say that they're going to be quite large. They're going to be substantial worlds with a lot of content packed into them, which is what we want. We don't want Kingdom Hearts 2 where we have like 12 Disney worlds and we're only there for like half an hour. We defeat the Disney villain and then okay, bye. We want these worlds to have a good story where you feel involved with these worlds. So, and I do think that Square Enix will take on board the feedback from Kingdom Hearts 3 where we want these worlds to feel as though they're included in the story. So that's why I think with things like Coco, Land of the Dead, it involves the story. There's a lot they can do with that. Pixar's now involved with Kingdom Hearts, with Toy Story, and Ratatouille as well with the cooking minigame, which I thought was a brilliant aspect to bring into Kingdom Hearts 3. We could potentially see Toy Box again, Toy Story, but a different setting. So we're not at Andy's place anymore or the toy store. We go to Pizza Planet. Perhaps we just see different settings, and I think they can do a lot with that. But then again, Pixar, with Toy Story being their most beloved franchise, will they want to risk that? You know, because I imagine Pixar and Disney were very careful and very strict on allowing Square Enix to have Toy Story and Kingdom Hearts 3 because we didn't see an original sort of setting from we didn't see a setting from the game. We went to an original toy store which wasn't involved in the film, so perhaps maybe Toy Story's out, maybe they don't want to see aspects from the film, settings included in Kingdom Hearts. We'll have to see. It depends what's coming out, doesn't it? I mean, when is Kingdom Hearts 4 releasing? I don't think it's going to be 5 years like Kingdom Hearts 3. As I say, it's going to be sooner than that because they've already got the engine. You know, they're now working on Kingdom Hearts for the entire team. There's not different teams working on different games. So, what films are releasing that's going to tie in with Kingdom Hearts 4? Who knows? I don't think we'll be seeing any. I think it will be more up to date Disney films as well. I don't think we'll be seeing original ones, which is a shame. I don't think we'll see Emperor's New Groove, which is a shame. I think we'll be seeing up to date modern Disney films again. So like Moana. I think we'll get Moana. Especially with the raft, you know, going on the raft and. Similar to Sora's, which echoes Kingdom Hearts 1, doesn't it? Where it wants to get the raft and see other worlds. Moana does the same thing. You know, it ties in with the darkness. They mentioned the darkness at the start of the film. I think it would be a perfect fit for Kingdom Hearts 4, so I can see that happening. In terms of any other sort of news or content we can glean from Kingdom Hearts 4. Let's see if we can hunt for anything. We can only speculate, we can only look. I look at Games Rants articles quite a bit. There seem to be regular updates. Just talking about Kingdom Hearts 4 in general, people just like Kingdom Hearts there. And they just throw out an article about little things, just this may happen. The longest release Kingdom Hearts release gap where we haven't had a game since Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory. Usually we have a game every year, but this year it's been silent. Nothing much more we can really go on. So, what else can we talk about? Here's something. We can look at the ending after you beat Yozora. So, in Kingdom Hearts Rewind, when you defeat Yozora and you successfully, so you've got two different endings. You've got a bad ending if you fail the first time.
How could...
Sorry, but I don't lose.
Again, very Final Fantasy-esque, turning Sora into like a crystals coming out the floor. You can see what they're going for.
I will save you.
I will save you. So he's, again, to save Sora. Why? Why does he want to save Sora? Is it to get him back? Is Yuzora going to help him get back to reality, to the other side? Is that what it means? Now that Sora's used the power of waking and he's in this world, is the only way to get Sora out of this world with help of Yuzora? We don't know. But there's just so many aspects to it. There's the Foretellers, the Master of Masters, Lucio, Yuzora, the Nameless Star. We've got the organisation members as well. So some of them perished, some of them didn't. Some of them are still going to play a role in Kingdom Hearts 4. But that's something that we're going to touch on in a minute. Again, it mirrors Final Fantasy Versus 13. So here, this is the same, from the same trailer, all the way back, was it 2008, in the second trailer of Final Fantasy Versus 13, Noctis in the back of the car. It's the exact same shot, the exact same camera angle. It mirrors that trailer. It's exciting.
I've been having these weird thoughts lately. Like, is any of this for real? Or not?
So they bring back the first
None
line
of this
from Kingdom Hearts
makes
1.
sense to me.
It's a nice callback. Trying to say that everything's connected. No way was it connected all this time, but it's good how they try to reconnect everything. So when Sora says, is any of this for real or not, in the first CG cutscene in Kingdom Hearts 1 back in 2002, and they bring this back now to close out the Darkseeker saga, I think that's a cool way of doing it. It reminds me of the Simpsons, where there was an interview, I think, from Al Jean, one of the executive producers, and they said, if the Simpsons was ever going to end, what would you do? And he said, I'd like to do a final episode where the Simpsons are getting ready to go to the Christmas performance, the concert at the school, which would tie back into the first episode from the first series in The Simpsons. So it's good how they've sort of like tied that together here in Remind, saying, is any of this for real or not? Sort of like it's gone full circle to sort of tie up the Darkseeker saga, which, again, I think it's good storytelling. I think Nomura does a good job as what he can compared to, Nomura's storytelling like. It's completely wild but amazing at the same time. So that's the bad ending. So let's see if we can find the other one. So we'll have this ending, the good ending, when you...
I guess that my powers aren't needed yet.
What do you mean?
Never mind. Commander. Impressive, is it not?
It's the same voice actor, but I don't believe it's been confirmed. Impressive, is it not?
Impressive, is it not?
It sounds very similar, and I do believe it is the same voice actor. It's Luxord, the organisation member from Organisation 13. The same voice actor. Impressive, is it not? It's Luxord, or it's called Luxord. Is that his name? Because I know it was pronounced differently in Kingdom Hearts 3. Wasn't everything it was called Luxord, but it's pronounced differently apparently in Kingdom Hearts 3. So yeah, we defeat Luxord in Kingdom Hearts 3, but here he is now in this world as his original self. Interesting. Why is he with Yuzora? Who knows? But it's interesting to see that we're going to get their stories told out in Kingdom Hearts 4. So the characters who we don't know the backstory for. So we know Larxene was in Union Cross in the mobile game. We've got a bit of backstory from her where she's come from. We don't know. The only character now we don't know, I believe, is Demyx. We haven't seen anything from Demyx, so is he going to be in this world as well as Luxord? We will see them. I believe we will see Demyx as well as Luxord in Kingdom Hearts 4 in this world as their original selves. But in terms of the role that they're going to play, I don't think it's going to be a huge role. I think they'll just sort of be there. And also, we know from the key art from, I believe it's the end of Kingdom Hearts 3. So, the Kingdom Hearts 3 key art for Xehanort, if we can find it. I know here it is. So this very much hints of Xehanort returning. Xehanort says he wants to have 14 lifetimes, and of course that could mean anything, but if the theory is correct, then his 14th self is indeed in Quadratum. So I do believe he will return in Quadratum as his original self. Possibly now as on Sora's side, perhaps. Who knows? But I think it's good that... Is it good that he's returning? Not really. My opinion, I think it's a good idea, and it's good to see this sort of play out again. But I think once we defeated Xehanort, that should have been the end of the character. But obviously, Xehanort, Nomura doesn't want Xehanort to perish and completely go away. So it'll be interesting to see different Kingdom Hearts characters make a return in this world, and to see the role that they're going to play Demyx, Luxord, and Xehanort. But I believe that's everything that I wanted to cover. All the different aspects going forward with Kingdom Hearts. I think it's exciting that we're getting away from this sort of cartoony Disney aspect look completely. Like, we will have worlds still in the Kingdom shader, but it's good that we're going to be getting now a realistic sort of characters and graphics for Kingdom Hearts. I think it's a perfect way to move the franchise forward, because it keeps fans excited. There's so much more that they can do with it. You know, we've got an original hub world. This will be the hub world where we get to see Sora's daily life, where we get to return here. It's exciting to see that. In terms of how we're going to be getting to the other Disney worlds or to the other realistic worlds, Sora hasn't got his gummy ship anymore, has he? So it's at the end of the trailer. If you do leave this world, don't expect to return to the one from which you came. So when Sora leaves this world, it'll be ending up in different worlds. But yeah, the franchise now is moving in a different direction. It's going to have some new villains, new story, ties to Final Fantasy Versus 13, all the way back from 2006. The Disney aspect still will be there, because it will always be a part of Disney will always be a part of Kingdom Hearts, but it's good to see that Disney and these other aspects of it, these photorealistic worlds, are going to work in tangent with each other. And I think it's going to get more people into the franchise. It'll get more people interested in the story. And I think that's everything that I've wanted to cover throughout this video. I think this is a good place to leave off, really. So I'd like to start a discussion, really, if you've made it this long into the video. If you want to leave a comment down below, just let me know your thoughts. I have got a decent enough knowledge of Kingdom Hearts lore. I'm probably not as knowledgeable as some of the other YouTubers, keykeepers perhaps, who know a lot about the soul, the body, all that sort of aspects to Kingdom Hearts lore. But I do have a good understanding of the story, and I suppose we can only speculate, can't we? We can only speculate about what's going to transpire. But I know that lots of people come out with different theories, where Kaidi's grandmother and things like that, about knowing about the age of fairy tales and all the rest of it. I think people look into it too much. Based on what Kingdom Hearts, we speculated a lot about Kingdom Hearts 3, the chess pieces, and it turns out it was a lot of the original organisation members. I would say just don't speculate into it too much, because I think people had big expectations for Kingdom Hearts 3 with the Keyblade War at the end and big crazy set pieces that were probably going to happen that were built up in his minds. I think it will just be a fairly straightforward story in terms of Kingdom Hearts lore anyway. You know, just keeping it simple. But we'll have the Disney world, we'll have the story with the Master of Masters, but we'll also have the aspect of Yozora and that story playing out as well. And I think that's as complicated as it's going to get. So we're going to have Yozora, the Master of Masters, Lucio and the Foretellers, the live action films, and the Disney world with the Disney characters trying to bring back Sora to their side of reality. And I think that's as complicated as it's going to get. I don't think there's going to be any sort of like crazy set pieces where Noctis will make an appearance, because we've already got Yozora. You know, so I can't see Final Fantasy characters making much of a return. We might have one Final Fantasy character who makes an appearance, perhaps. But as Nomura said, we've got so many different Kingdom Hearts characters now. We've got Birth by Sleep trio. We've got 358 Over 2 Days trio. You know, we've got all these different characters who've been brought into it, especially now from Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, and also looks as though there's going to be new characters from the new mobile game Kingdom Hearts Missing Link. that'll be coming out before Kingdom Hearts 4 that'll tie into the story of Kingdom Hearts 4. So we've got enough original characters now, where Final Fantasy doesn't really need to play much of a role. And even if it does, what would the Final Fantasy characters add to the story of Kingdom Hearts apart from saying, "Oh, hello, I'm Clive from Final Fantasy 16." So, it'd be nice to see one or two characters, but I don't think they would play a big role in the story. I think it would just be more for the fans. But I think the fan base of Kingdom Hearts loves the original characters, and we, from the outside looking in, people see Kingdom Hearts as this Disney game with Disney World or that Disney game, and but what those fans probably don't notice is the lore and the story that goes with it, that fans can speculate about. And I think going in this direction with Quadratum, it keeps fans interested. Because I know after Kingdom Hearts 3, my take on Kingdom Hearts 3, once it finished, was I think I built a lot of expectations up in my mind about what I wanted to happen. So a big set piece with the Keyblade War, and I wanted this to happen. I wanted this aspect to be explained, and how's this part of the story to give us some answers, but we never got all the answers. So I would say just keep your expectations quite just reasonable, and just take what the information that we've got on face value. So we know we're going to have the foretellers is the adversaries, on the dark side, if you can call it that now, on the darkness side, and we'll also have all these original characters from Kingdom Hearts going up against them. But I don't think it's going to be something where it's going to be too crazy. I think we know how they're setting the series up and what we're going to be expecting and getting involved with. But it's exciting it's going to be coming out after Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, because now Final Fantasy 16 is being released, and then Kingdom Hearts Rebirth gets released in February next year. They will start the promotional material more than likely for Kingdom Hearts 4 from hopefully June next year, where we'll get to see a trailer. It may not come out for another few years, maybe not until 2024, 2025. But I think we will be seeing the game at some point next year with another trailer where we get the Star Wars world confirmation. And I think that will get fans excited. I don't think we'll be seeing any other world announcements. I think it'll just be that one next year. And then it'll go dark again for another year. And then once it goes dark again, and then it returns, I think that's when, once it returns again, that's when the promotional material will go full force, where we'll get all the world confirmations like within a few months of each other, and they'll start to ramp up with the promotional material. But yeah, I think that's everything that I wanted to talk about. So if you want to give your 2 cents in the comments below, I would appreciate that. Let me know what your expectations are. What worlds do you want to see? What Disney worlds do you want to see? What live action worlds now do you want to see? What's your expectation with the story? The black box? How's the Master of Masters going to return? Just give your 2 cents and let me know in the comments below. I'm glad that I've made this video just to get my thoughts out there. I know there wasn't much news to go on, but at the same time, there's still a lot we can still speculate on. And when we do see the next trailer, hopefully sometime next year, then we can start to speculate a little bit more, because I'm sure they'll start to pull the curtain back on some aspects of the lore as well in the next trailer, as well as the confirmation of the Star Wars world. So that's everything I wanted to talk about. And hopefully sometime next year I'll make another video on the Star Wars world once it gets confirmed, and we'll take a look at that, we'll analyse that, see what information we get from that, and we'll take things from there. So if you made it to the end of the video, thank you for listening and taking the time to listen to what I've had to say. If you want to leave a comment below, and then I'll make another video at some point next year. We're done. Thanks for watching.